local war claims to finally be paid. Plus, we've got the latest with GovGuam's appeal of the Dave Davis case, and the Agana pool remains closed as more repairs need to be made.
Hafray and good evening, everyone. Calling it a great day for the people of Guam and especially the island's Manamco, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero signed off on an agreement with the Treasury Department that allows for war claims to finally be paid out locally. There's more.
Signing of this memorandum of agreement is going to clear the pathway so we can really truly go on now with our process to pay our Manamco. And I know that I had set a real aggressive deadline, and I thank my cabinet members and my team for making us able to meet that deadline.
The governor had plenty of thank yous to hand out, like to Speaker Tina Barnes, the main sponsor of the legislation.
Faith, I think, is what it is for Manamcos. Faith to believe that the greatest generation that ever lived, that they would be given what was rightfully due to them.
And to her chief of staff, Tony Babauta.
We're trying to figure out how to get money to them and still work with the federal government. And Tony came up with a great idea, and we ran with it.
She also had praise for past congressional delegates Antonio Wanpat, Ben Blas, Robert Underwood, and Madeline Bordallo.
These people paved the road, and they made our journey a lot easier so that we can get to where we are today.
She did mention current delegate Michael Sinicolas when referencing her continued support for his bill H.R. 1365.
We will use whatever connections we can to help Congressman Mike Sinicolas move forward his piece of legislation so we can pass it and so we can all work together and end this great journey on a positive note.
The Sinicolas bill corrects a technical error that will allow Treasury to release some $24 million in war claims funding. Meanwhile, the governor says she's anxious to start writing the local checks.
And my deadline still is that the first check will be given out on January 31st, and I know that we can meet that deadline.
Some $14 million has been set aside for the local payments. The administration will begin processing adjudicated claims starting tomorrow. A Guam War Claims Processing Center will be open Friday at 9 a.m. It will be located on the first floor of the former Hakubotan building, directly across from the Tamuning Post Office. The center's office hours will be Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The administration says plenty of staff will be on hand to assist claimants with any questions they might have. You can also call the center at 671-482-0792. And a website has also been created, warclaims.guam.gov. And the administration has released a public service announcement on YouTube with a lot of the basic information you will need to know. Enough talk, more action. Frustrated patrons are tired of the excuses as the Agana pool was closed again, this time for a dilapidated filtration system. The governor giving the green light to the Department of Parks and Recreation for the $200,000 to purchase and install a new one. Joan Uggan-Charfras has more.
The Agana pool remains closed, that according to Department of Parks and Recreation Director Richard Ibanez. It was late last week when water quality tests were conducted by the Guam Environmental Protection Agency after a concerned parent sent an email suspecting their child got a rash and ear infection after swimming in the pool. Guam EPA spokesperson Nick Lee confirms they were asked to sample the water and run 3 tests: chlorine, pH level, and coliform bacteria. The tests confirmed that chlorine levels were extremely high and tested positive for coliform bacteria. Department of Public Health's Tom Nadeau says the agency regulates the sanitary operation of Agana and Dededo Pool.
We are responsible in ensuring they follow the standards in our rules and regulations.
Public health by law is required to do inspections once every quarter, which is 4 times a year. But due to the shortage in staff, it has been a challenge, noting the last time the Agana pool was inspected was back in May of 2018.
We've been notified that they have voluntary close, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do. In our regulations, it stipulates that if there's any time the operator feels that the safety or the water quality of the pool is in question, that they are to cease operation, and DPR did just that, and we were notified of their action, and we did go do a visit and to ensure that they remain closed, if you will, until the situation is addressed.
On Tuesday, Ibanez and Ron Sue of Canton Construction met with stakeholders to discuss the problems with the Agana pool's filtration system.
Thanks to the governor, she did give me a go-ahead to purchase a new filtration system yesterday. It's going to cost us about a little over $200,000. The quote has been sent, and I'm going to be dropping the documents off to GSA this afternoon. So, based on the quote, the contractor is giving a timeline in about 3 to 4 months.
Canton Construction serves as a facility maintenance contractor for both Dededo and Agana Pool. Ibanez says the contractor is trying to see if they can shake up the sand so it won't be crystallized.
They're going to do a manual backwash to see if they can try and get the pool a little clearer, but if that doesn't happen, then the pool will remain closed.
Since October 2019, the Agana Pool's filtration system has been operating at less than 20%. In attendance at the meeting was Guam Swimming Federation's Ed Ching, who is beyond frustrated with not only DPR, but the contractor.
What I also really want him to talk to competent people who knows how to run the pool and actually know how to operate a pool. And I don't have the confidence in this particular contractor. I don't know his background. I don't know what he actually knows or what is he actually doing. Right now, I don't have any great faith in it.
And with the pool having been closed numerous times before, Ching wonders why the necessary repairs and replacement of the dated filtration system weren't addressed.
Jesus, how many times do they have to fix it? The last time they were closed for 6 months. How come they didn't fix it then? Before that, 1.5 years. Why wasn't it fixed? It takes you that many times to do it? And right now, I think if it's the filtration, clean the sand, take care of the sand, change the sand, and get good sand. And that type of system. And that's not being done then. Is it always just changing the pumps, or is it because of lack of maintenance? In my opinion, Guam can't maintain anything.
Ibanez wants to assure the public that DPR, as well as the contractor, are working diligently.
I understand their frustration as an athlete myself, and I'm going to work really hard to try to get that pool open. I know Coach Ed mentioned in our meeting yesterday that it is an Olympic year and they really need a facility to practice in.
He said, oh, I told him, I really understand, I really care for, and I really sincerely want to see them, this whole matter improve and all that. Yeah. Words. Words. What do they really mean? I want to see action.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Charfris.
A candlelight vigil was held in Waikiki for the 2 Honolulu police officers killed Sunday, one of them a daughter of Guam. Hawaii News Now's Chelsea Davis reports.
I want her to just understand and know that she's loved by so many people.
Hundreds gathered in Waikiki to show their support for slain Honolulu police officer Tiffany Enriquez. Family from across the country flew in to be together.
It's going to be hard waking up in the morning and not, getting a phone call. But I know we'll see her again. And in the meantime, she'll be looking down on us. And she'll be protecting us and guiding us.
The eldest, Taya, says her mom was a wonderful grandmother to her son Matthew and wishes she could be there to meet her baby girl on the way. The youngest, 11-year-old Trinity, says her mom will always be her hero.
She was strong, she was fearless, and she loved us very much, and she loves everyone here. She's very thankful for you guys, and I'm also thankful for you guys.
Enriquez's ex-husband and the father of her children calls her his best friend.
My kid said it best. It's a testament to Tiffany, to who she is as a mother, as a human, and as a police officer.
The 38-year-old served the Waikiki district and is the first woman officer at HPD to have been killed in the line of duty. Her family says they are leaning on their faith for understanding and the community to help pull them through.
I know she's watching down over us right now. God needed an angel. He needed the strongest angel ever, and he needed her. He needed her.
Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
A man in a video gone viral showing him walking and stumbling in the middle of the road and pointing what appeared to be a handgun at oncoming motorists was arrested. The incident occurred around 4 p.m. on Wednesday along West Santa Barbara Avenue in Dededo. When police arrived, they drew their weapons and ordered Frank Lagosones to drop his gun. He didn't comply at first, and police noted that he smelled of alcohol and his speech was slurred. They also discovered the silver handgun he was holding was a toy. 45-year-old Lagosones was charged with terrorizing, harassment, disorderly conduct, and public drunkenness. A full-time University of Guam instructor may be in the hot seat. That's because he's trying to win a seat in the Guam legislature, and he hasn't resigned from his job yet. Chris Barnett reports.
He said yes. Vince Borja, a full-time instructor of business administration at the University of Guam, says some members of the Republican Party approached him and asked him to run for senator.
When I got asked initially, I was, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Borja telling KUAM he was so excited to run for senator that he wanted everyone to know.
I'll admit that I initially wanted to run, or, I jumped on it fast without even really thinking about it. And I'm not going to deny that initially I was excited. I'm a marketing guy, so of course I got excited and created all the Facebook stuff. And I, wanted all my friends to know, on Facebook especially.
And so Borja created this Facebook page in early January. At first, it was called Vince Borja for Senator. Since then, the name of the page has been changed a few times. Borja admits he started the page, ran it, gave photos and information so that his friend Milia Fison could make graphics promoting his candidacy and fundraiser being held at the venue this Saturday. But there's a plot twist. Borja's job at UOG prevents him from running for political office unless he resigns. UOG spokesman Jonas Macapinlac telling KUAM if Borja intends to run for office, he should resign. Thing is, now Borja says he's not really a candidate for senator, even though he said he was one on Facebook. And even though he's having a fundraiser this Saturday.
Right now, I'm not officially declaring that I'm running. I am considering it, but I'm not officially I'm not officially saying that I'm a candidate right now. I still need to think about it.
We asked Borja how he is not officially a candidate if he's started a campaign page, asked people on Facebook to like that campaign page, is having a fundraiser Saturday, and in the event page for that fundraiser says he's attending it.
Initially, I said yes. Of course, I'm a digital marketer, so I went and I did all these things, and then, of course, after the advisement and realizing that I'm not sure if I could do both of those at the same time, I decided that I was going to take more time to think about it. After starting to meet with more people and starting to understand it and what the requirements were, then I had to, then I made the decision to step back.
So while Borja claims he's stepping back, still considering and not an official candidate, he now says Millie Luhana Fison has taken over the effort to get him elected. But did he cross a line when he announced his candidacy while still working at UOG?
It's questionable, and it's fair that you're asking all these questions.
Macapinlac says the university is looking into whether or not Borja broke the rules of his employment. And meanwhile, Borja says he can't control what a Fison does, even if she wants to have fundraisers using his name and image.
She wants to continue to push, and I haven't officially, and that's on her. But I'm not officially declaring to push for candidacy.
A Fison is a classified Department of Education principal, and according to the Civil Service Commission, she's barred from organizing a political campaign. But a Fison disagrees, saying the Mini Hatch Act contradicts itself. Guam law says once $250 is raised or spent for a campaign, and this includes in-kind donations, which a Fison admits they've gotten, filings must be made within 10 days. We asked Borja what he would do if UOG gave him an ultimatum: resign or stop campaigning.
I would stop campaigning. I'm not, but I'm saying if that's what they're saying, they're saying you need to stop campaigning. first of all, I'm not campaigning. I'm not. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'm not campaigning.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
We should note that after we interviewed Borja, his Vince Borja for Senator Facebook page was deleted. If you're a government employee considering a run for office and you've got questions, you can call the Civil Service Commission at 647-1855 or 57 for clarification. And we have new developments to report in the government of Guam's appeal of the Dave Davis case to the U.S. Supreme Court. Davis's attorney filed a waiver late last month indicating that he did not intend to file a response to the appeal unless requested. The Supreme Court has since made that request for Davis to respond by February 20th, and a conference on the appeal is now scheduled for February 21st. According to attorney Mike Phillips, this means that at least one justice has indicated a desire to discuss the case. Phillips represented Guam and was able to get an extension for GovGuam to file its appeal. He also prepared the petition until about 2 weeks before the deadline when the Kirkland Ellis law firm took over. Phillips says GovGuam contends that the Ninth Circuit Court's decision invalidating the plebiscite legislation contained two basic errors: that the plebiscite was a vote under the 15th Amendment and it was limited on the basis of race. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Gila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
At the mall, as you enjoy your shopping, dining, or entertainment, you could also win 3 great cars from Atkins Kroll and thousands of prizes in Micronesia Mall's Cars, Prizes, and Getaways game. Present your mall receipts and have a chance to win the renowned performance Chevrolet Camaro, the unapologetic rugged Toyota 4Runner, or the head-turning Lexus ES350 Luxury. Getaways to Manila, courtesy of Philippine Airlines, plus prizes from Foot Locker and Burger King. The more you shop, the more chance to win in Micronesia Mall's Cars, Prizes, and Getaways game.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. In national news, one person is dead and several others injured in a shooting that occurred in downtown Seattle today. Police were searching for a suspect who opened fire at or near a McDonald's shortly after 5 p.m. local time. This is the third shooting this week in that city. Back here at home, a new maintenance contract was approved on Friday for the Guam Police Department's Motorola SmartNet radio communication system. As we reported, the system crashed for several hours Friday. Chief of Police Steve Ignacio said they had to revert to their backup system using their push-to-talk radios. The Motorola SmartNet radio communication system, which is also used by the Guam Fire Department, is about 30 years old. Police spokesman Paul Tapao says currently a request for proposal is underway to procure a new system. Originally scheduled to be on Guam next month to meet with local education officials, instead the Department of Education at the U.S. has pushed back their visit. As Adriana Cotero reports, when the feds do visit, GDOE will showcase its efforts of improving its finances in hopes of removing high-risk designation.
Their goal is to get off high-risk status by July of this year, and they were hoping that next month they would be able to impress upon U.S. DOE officials that they've made significant strides toward improvement.
I too am still unclear as to what the delay means for us. I know there is concern because we wanted them to be out here as early as possible, and we were preparing for a February visit, and now it's in April. So the concern that the board, some of the board members expressed was that if they delay once, is there a possibility that they're going to delay again?
It was in 2003 the feds designated GDOE as a high-risk grantee for failing to properly account for how federal monies were being spent. Over the last several years, GDOE has been spending at least $2.5 million annually for a third-party fiduciary agent. With word that the feds won't be coming until April, the Guam Education Board has requested a letter be sent to express the importance of the visit. GEB Vice Chair Mark Mendiola.
And it kind of caught me off guard because, the commitments that were made to us that they were going to try and address this because it's costing us a pretty good amount of money. And I definitely would like to take that and put that back into the classroom. That's where it's going to be better spent. And so I got the board's permission last night. I made a motion to actually pen a letter to the Assistant Secretary, Mr. Brogan, who we've been meeting at that level, asking him to please, hold true to what we've been told, which is to come out and basically give us the opportunity to show that we are capable of handling the oversight of the spending of federal dollars.
Fernandez adds that April is already pushing the limit and any further delays will become a major concern.
I think our biggest concern, though, is that we wanted to see a decision on their, from their visit coming out before July 1st. July 1st is normally when we get our special conditions reissued, and so we're hoping to have their assessment and their report done before then.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
In the final stages of its fiscal year 2021 budget proposal, GDOE is rescheduling its board meeting to January 30th. Superintendent Fernandez says this will be a large request as it will be driven by their collective bargaining agreement, facility needs, and funding needed to meet the 14 points of the Adequate Public Education Act.
We've done a lot of work with our divisions. The board's been sitting down with the central office as well as with our elementary, middle, and high school principals to go over the budget and the needs of the schools. And I think we're really just finalizing the final touches on this budget request.
Fernandez says they've met privately with Education Chair Vice Speaker Talina Nelson to give her a preview of some of the issues. The first draft of the proposed budget estimated a request of $346.6 million. It should be submitted by the end of next week. And this afternoon, several members from the Association of Federal Firefighters were out with their boots at the ITC intersection in Tamuning collecting money for the Australian Red Cross. The newly formed nonprofit organization, which aims to boost morale of federal firefighters and assist within the community, wanted to hold the boot drive to help their fellow brothers and sisters who continue to fight the bushfires in Australia. Firefighter John Leon Guerrero.
It's in support of all the firefighters that are doing hard work out there, good work. As you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Houses being lost and animals dying and just a lot of stuff that we're just here to help out and give what we can because we can't be there.
And if you missed it, not to worry, another boot drive will be held tomorrow at the same ITC intersection from 3:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. The first truck driving boot camp completion ceremony recognized 7 individuals who received their certification from the Guam Community College this morning. According to GCC President Mary Okada, the program has been a long time coming for the college and their business partners. Okada says this is just the beginning for what's to come.
It's a beginning for us to offer more programs to support what the business industry needs and to get these 7 on the road and helping to support our island. After years of working on a truck driving boot camp, it's really great to see these 7 completers, primarily because trucking really is the economic engine for our island because goods need to be moved from one place to another.
The 14-week training was a long haul as the college administrators and graduates described it as an intensive boot camp. Graduate Daryl Materney tells KUAM He feels honored to be one of the first to complete the camp.
It's just a lot of hard work and just pretty much hard work, and just got to be dedicated to it and own up to it and want it, I guess.
A date has yet to be determined for the next boot camp. However, Okada says they plan to have another in place with a public announcement to be made in the very near future. Coming up in sports, Dave Delgado has this week's Game Changer. Don't go away.
What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha. Yes!
Shell's Million Miles giveaway is back, and we're giving 100,000 United Mileage Plus miles to 10 lucky winners. You can jet off to Japan, break away to LA, or even sightsee in Paris. So, how do you make a getaway? Just use your Lucky 7 card when you fuel up with 7 gallons or more, and you're automatically entered to win. Fuel up at your nearest Shell station today and start planning your new adventure. No purchase necessary. Some conditions apply. See store for details.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We get the show started tonight with our Game Changer segment. Check it out. Academy senior Isabella Muñoz is one of 3 seniors on the softball team looking to lead the Cougars into the 2020 season. She started playing the sport in the 8th grade and has continued the family tradition.
I've always grown up around a family that plays baseball and softball, so with my dad, my brother, and my uncles, and my auntie, so I love to just carry that tradition of playing.
The Cougars are defending champions and have 3 All-Island selections from last season back in the lineup. Coach Marissa Meritita says she's relying on her captains who have been with her since their freshman year. The Academy will be bringing the sticks, complemented by an experienced defense, along with an outfield that can cover a lot of ground. Training camp for the upcoming season has been challenging as the Lady Cougars have not had access to a playing field.
The lack of a field definitely is a minor setback, but it doesn't give us any excuse to work less harder than we should. We always find ways to work around, and we're grateful that we're grateful for everyone that has tried to help us get a field, and we're grateful that our school lets us use the gym to work with.
Isabella made second team All-Island for outfield as a sophomore. Her junior season, she made first team at right field. She also had one of the highest on-base percentages during Academy's championship run. She also played 2 seasons with the volleyball team, but said that softball is where she shines most.
This season, the main goal is for sure a championship, but overall, it's just to get these new girls in shape and to have them learn more about the sport and the tradition. We have a new pitcher who's been working harder than anyone else on this team right now. We definitely have her back, and we're ready to play this year with her.
Balancing school, sports, and giving back to the community by helping with 5Ks, coastal cleanups, and Special Olympics, Isabella is thankful for the opportunities sports has given her.
Giving back to the community is just so important. It shows your character, who you really are. And softball has actually given me a lot of opportunities to give back. Sports is a privilege, and I feel like you should really work hard. If you want to do something, you need to work hard, especially keeping your grades up, because scholar athlete, the first word is scholar.
Whether on stage dancing with Tau Tau Tasi, balancing the job, schoolwork, and being a scholar athlete, Isabella Munoz is hitting the books just like she's hitting the diamond. That's what makes her a game changer. The Guam Department of Education and Guam Education Board celebrated the first Interscholastic Sports Association game of the season at the Tizan High School Gymnasium. The Titans played host to the Ukadu Bulldogs. The welcoming remarks were followed by a commemorative basketball tip-off at center court by Mark Mendiola between the opposing teams. During the opening game, board members and department leadership also sported a celebratory ISA t-shirt that was created to commemorate the opening of the ISA League. The Bulldogs win the tip in the varsity game and get on board first. Kobe Santos with the pass to Kevin Cabral, who goes up with the shot baseline for 2 points. It took the home team a few possessions to finally put up their first points of the game. Dwayne Nagiriak with the pass up top to Javins Castro, who buries a three-point shot. Santos with another assist, this one to Raylan Cahigal. Long two is good just inside the three-point line for Cahigal. Juan Duenas inbounds the ball to Jesse Babalta, who gives it up to teammate Javins Castro. Castro blocked on the reverse layup attempt. Rebound by Nagiriak, who hits the short jumper in the lane. Bulldogs with the big win, 75-42. Balt Felisan with the putback and foul for the three-point play the long way. The Guam National Olympic Committee, in partnership with the Guam Department of Education and Interscholastic Sports Association, held the Athlete Awareness Program recently at the Department of Education headquarters in Tizan. 150 participants registered for the program, which featured presentations by doctors and specialists in the field of athletics and nutrition. Some of the popular topics discussed were concussions, ACL injury prevention, and hydration.
We want to make sure that we educate our athletes and our coaches. We want to make sure that there's a collaborative effort. And part of our slogan is really extending the education outside of the classroom into the playing field. And we really do want our kids to understand their bodies, that their bodies are machines, that they need to take care of it. That is more than just going out there and trying to win or lose games and make friends and so forth. Those are very important parts of competition as well. But also learning how to take care of themselves and what is right and other things that they will face as they start to compete.
In the future, the program will be extended to middle school athletes. Participants who attended the program received certificates of completion.
We are Guam, but what does it mean? The shape, symbolic of the proa's strength and innovation. It's the foundation of our character, our collective smile and open arms. The layers, representing values of the Chamorro. Respeto Zan Inapamalik, echoing through generations to come. This is the Guam brand. We are Guam.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Half a day, I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. Over the next few months, 2020 Census personnel will be coming to your villages. They will be visiting your homes, collecting information crucial to growing our economy and improving our healthcare, education, public safety, and so much more. Please join me in participating in the 2020 Census of Guam, because together we can shape our future for a brighter tomorrow.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
It is your favorite time of the newscast, certainly our favorite here in Harmon. It's a time where we say happy birthday to some very, very special Guamanians on this January 23rd. And leading off, Nia Fe de Asis. Happy birthday, love from your family. And all of us here at KUAM, you got friends here in Harmon. Jericho S. Tobias has a birthday today, and it is Jericho's birthday number 27. Happy birthday to you. Isaiah Samiliano has birthday number 12, so happy birthday, Isaiah. We love you. Say Mom, Ed, and all of your siblings. Happy birthday number 18 going out tonight to Deanna Colleen Bloss. To our youngest baby, we wish you a very, very happy birthday. And happy birthday blessings to Carrie Duenas. We love you, Mom. Says a very, very proud family. Hope each and every one of you and everyone in the world who had a birthday had a fantastic, fantastic Thursday.
And remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and your birthday. And that'll do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Green Energy Solutions, Inc. Visit GESIGuam.com or call 647-8111 for